It's been months since the murder of a successful Austin, Texas jeweler named Ted Shaughnessy. The police have been busy piecing together the plot that was to kill both Ted and his wife Corey. As the police quickly began to suspect that Ted's adopted son Nick may have coordinated the events of that morning, they would eventually arrest both Nick and his wife Jacqueline after finding evidence on their phones to support the claims. As the police identified one Johnny Leone as the first home invader, they didn't have to look very far for another suspect. As they looked through the trail of evidence, they would find another man to put under the microscope, an old high school teammate of Johnny's. They had a hunch that Arieon Smith was their guy based on the evidence they have collected in the case. But to be sure, they would bring him in, seeking to see if their hunch was right.
You want to just take these right there? There's a water. Yeah, yes, sir. That water's for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all want to hang out there? No, we don't. Okay. All right.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. Oops, sorry, let's have a little.
Well, Arieon, so my name's Paul Thiel. I'm a detective with Travis County Sheriff's Office.
Travis County? Where is that?
It's in Austin. And this is my partner, Detective James Moore.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Yeah. Thank you for your time today. You had a warrant for your arrest, so there's nothing we can do about that, okay?
Okay.
Did they talk to you about that at all?
Yeah, all I knew to my knowledge was the one in Waco and then my probation violation.
Yeah, so that's the reason why you're under arrest today, okay?
Gotcha.
But I'm thinking that you might be a bit relieved to actually see us today.
Why is that?
Well, there's a few things we want to talk about, okay?
Okay.
In doing that, because you're in custody, again, for the warrant, I'm going to read you some information, okay? You may have had that read to you before. Has anybody ever read your rights to you?
My Miranda rights?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to read those to you, just because you're in custody on that charge.
Okay.
But then we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm sure you have questions
Yes.
you'd like to ask us as well, okay?
Yes.
And so I certainly want to oblige you there.
The rights are read. Now, what a clever way to get him to talk. Oh, we just want to let you ask us questions. That's really clever.
So it's optional to sit here and chat with us. But like I said, maybe we can answer each other's questions
Okay.
while we're here. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand the information? That information?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So what do you do for them?
I work at Clearance Glass Boards. All we do is, I'm on the production side, so what we do is check the touch-ups, make sure the paint is correct on it, flip them and wrap them, ship them on a cart, and put them into like their crates so they can get shipped overseas. Yeah.
Do you like that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's 5 minutes from my house.
Oh, okay.
Everybody there likes me, so it's pretty cool. One thing, I get a lot of cuts on my hand. Mesmerism right there.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
But other than that, I like it.
Okay. How long have you been doing that?
For about a month and a half now.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, we're homicide detectives, okay? And we're here to seek your assistance, okay?
Okay.
We had a homicide happen in Travis County, which is near Austin. And so we're here investigating that.
Okay.
Okay, so probably during this I'll show you some pictures and things like that, just to see maybe what information you can help us out with.
Okay.
Okay? And like I said, it might be a bit of a relief to see us today. I don't know. Excuse the paperwork here. All right. So I want to see if you know somebody, okay?
Okay.
This might be the best picture I have here. Do you know this person right here?
I know of him. I don't know him.
Okay. What do you know of
I
him?
met him through one of my other friends a long time ago. This was, I want to say this was way back in either January. Yeah, it was sometime in January. I met him in College Station at a club called Club Icon.
Okay.
And one of my friends, DJ Adonis, he DJs there every Friday, Saturday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I was in a DJ booth, and I saw him downstairs talking to one of my other friends, and I got introduced to him. I think his name is Nick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nick? Okay, so you know him that way. So, somebody you talked to, I'm guessing, had a conversation with maybe, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, very vague, like, hey, how you doing? And my name is Nick, blah, blah, blah. He told me about his day trading business or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was pretty much the only conversation we've ever had.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's at a club, you said?
Yes, sir. Club Icon in College Station.
Okay.
Who's the other friend?
Johnny.
Johnny.
Johnny Leon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about that, meeting, if you will.
It was pretty random. I never seen him before, and then Johnny, he was one of my good friends. I went to high school with him, I played football with him and everything. He, I guess, was cool with him or whatever, and he was just like, hey, this is my homeboy Nick, blah, blah, blah. I was just like, okay, hey, how you doing? And then he just told me about his business, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. Okay. And are we talking about just the one time, or are we talking about
Yeah, that was
more
the only
than
time
one?
I've ever met him.
Okay.
Was that one time.
And when do you think that was? I'm sorry.
Sometime in January. I can't remember an exact date. I'm sorry.
So this year?
Yes, it was
Okay.
this year. It was this year, January, and it was on one of those weekends. It had to be. I really want to say like somewhere in like the teens, like the 14th to some weekend around there is when I met him in January.
Okay. So College Station, you go there sometimes, I guess, or?
No, I only went down there because Johnny told me to come down there because he said, I know DJ Adonis, blah, blah, blah. We have fun, we get free drinks, girls, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right, I'll come down there one weekend and see what it's about. And then one weekend I took off, went down there, and I had a little bit of fun, and I came back over here to DFW.
Okay. This is where you normally are?
Yes,
Yeah.
all the time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you and Johnny went to high school together?
Yes,
so
sir.
which school did you?
LD Bell High School.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And both played football, or just you play football?
We both did.
Okay.
He was out the whole senior season because he messed up his ACL or something like that. But other than that, my sophomore and junior year, we both played together.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Johnny lives where?
He lives right down the street or he used to live right down the street from Bell. He moved out to College Station a while ago. I want to say before this year. He moved to College Station. And then we lost contact then, and then we kind of picked up a little bit, but we were never as close as we were after we lost contact that first time, and that's when I went down there. But he used to stay on Pleasant View, I believe the name of the street is. It's directly down the street from LD Bell.
Okay. And then, so you only had the one conversation with this Nick person?
With Nick.
Okay.
One.
And then, I'm assuming you've hung out with Johnny since then, or?
Since then, no. I've talked to him on the phone just to see how he was doing. This was like the very, very beginning of February, and then ever since then, I haven't heard anything from him.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does he do? Does he work? Does he go to school? What does he do?
The last time I talked to him, he was working at some of the lids in the mall down there in College Station. I guess they had like a little outlet mall or whatever. He said he was working at that lids, and he was trying to give me some hats or whatever. And I was like, no, I'm good. I hope you're doing well. And he was like, yeah, I'm doing good. You know, he was with his girl. He had got a new girlfriend and all that. They were living in some duplex or whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much.
Okay. So beginning of February.
Yes, sir.
For that. Okay. And then, does he come up here to visit, or does he, you visited with him any other time?
He came up here, I believe it was during December of last year, which is closer to January this year, for Christmas or something like that. And then I didn't get to see him then either. I was mad at him, but yeah, he came out here for Christmas, I believe, to come see his family, see his parents and all his nieces and nephews and all that. And then he actually came with his girlfriend, his new girlfriend, and then they went back to College Station. That was the last time that I know that he actually came back down to be at that thing.
Do you know the new girlfriend?
Brooke, yeah, I know her a little bit. Like, we're, I guess, close because we know of each other, but I don't know her. Like, I've actually come to know her as a person.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you a picture real quick, I think. See if I have it. There, I think. Is this Johnny?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's Johnny Leon,
Yeah.
your friend? Okay. Do you know where he is now?
I don't. I heard he got arrested in March or April, one of those.
Oh,
He
yeah.
got arrested this year for the homicide case. And
For a homicide case?
Yeah, and that's the last I heard of it.
Okay. And who did you hear that from?
Everybody was talking about it, like on Twitter, and somebody posted on Snapchat, "Free Johnny." So then I was like, "What's going on?" So then I looked up his name online, and I saw something about a jewelry store owner guy or something like that. He died, and then I saw that same exact picture on the headline, and I was like, "Oh man, I know he did not do that. I know he didn't do that." So then his mom called me, and she was asking if I had anything to do with it. I was like, "No, ma'am." I said, "No, ma'am. I have no clue what's going on." And she was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yes, ma'am. I'm 100% sure. I would have came and told you first. You know this." She was like, I would have thought so. She was just like, "I just don't believe him doing nothing like this." And I was just like, I have no clue. I don't know what's going on. She was like, "Okay, thank you." And then that's the last I heard about the situation.
And so no, other than a conversation with his mom, no conversation with him since, what'd you say, beginning of February?
No, I talked to him. He had called me from a jail phone.
Oh, okay.
When was it? June? This was right after my birthday.
Okay.
Like, I think a day after my birthday, he called me from the phone, and I was like, "What happened?" He was like, "I can't talk to you about it. It's an open case, blah, blah, blah." He was like, "I swear I didn't do it. I swear." I was like, I just shook my head, and I started crying, because he was like almost one of my best friends, you know, like, but he was just like, "I swear I didn't do it. I swear I didn't do it." I was like, "I don't know what to say, bro. I don't know how to help you." He was like, "Please get me out, blah, blah, blah." He was like, "My bond's $100,000. I was like, I can't get involved in that situation, bro. I don't know what's going on. I can't help you, bro. I'm sorry. Like, even though I would love to, if I had that type of money, I would, but I just don't." He was just like, "All right." He was just like, I prayed for him, told him to hang in there. Everything's gonna be all right.
Okay. So that's June-ish, you think?
Yeah, like June.
And then prior to that was beginning of February.
Exactly.
And then you mentioned DJ Adonis, you said?
DJ Adonis, yes.
Adonis, okay. And you talked to him?
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I haven't talked to him since
Okay.
the January that when I left. I haven't spoken to him at all.
And then you mentioned Brooke.
Brooke, which is Johnny's girlfriend.
Okay. And then have you talked to her at all?
Mm-hmm. I talked to her the day he got locked up.
I see.
She called me, and then that's the last time I talked to her. And then Johnny called me a few days after that. And then that was it.
Okay. And then is she somebody you ever like just talk to like on your own? Like did you and her have like a phone conversation or something? Like
When
without
she called
Johnny?
me, yeah, when she called me that first time when I guess the SWAT team came and picked him up, yes. she was like, I don't know what to do, blah, 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 because she knew I was one of his closest friends. I don't know who he messes with down there, but over here in this side of the city, I was one of his best friends. And she was like, I don't know what to do, blah, 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 like, can you help us get him out, and can you help him get a lawyer? I was like, I'll do as much as I can, but I'm broke. I really don't have any means to do anything, so like, I'll try my best to help you guys, but as far as, you know, getting lawyers and stuff, I can't do it right now. She was like, okay, blah, blah, blah. She was just like, I don't know what to do. I was just like, just keep your head up, pray. You gotta be strong for him. Just trying to give her the best advice that I could.
So other than that conversation, no real conversations with her before that or after that, or? Okay. Is she somebody you've ever seen in person? Like when like Johnny's not around.
When Johnny's not around, no. Never seen her in person when Johnny wasn't there.
So I have some questions based on some of the stuff we've talked about so far.
Okay.
What phone number do you have? Have you had that a while, or?
Yes, I've had it for a while.
Like a year, 6 months?
I want to say for about a yeah. I think you hit that dead on. About
A year
and a half.
Okay. A year and a half?
Same phone?
No, I went from Android to an iPhone here recently, but I kept the same number.
Okay.
Where's that?
It's at my home.
Okay.
At 9140 Saranac Trail.
While he's looking for that, I wanted to ask you, do you ever go to Austin?
No, I've never been.
Because that's where we're from, is Travis County is in Austin.
Okay.
You never go to Austin?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever been to Austin?
I've been to Austin, no.
No?
Trying to think. Not for anything, no.
Ever?
What, you never gone to see the Capitol? Never gone to see 6th Street?
Never gone to 6th Street. I've been slept over here, but
What's your thought process on Johnny being arrested for this murder?
I was pissed off at first that he even involved himself in that type of situation. Then I was devastated about it because I felt like personally that he didn't, maybe I was hoping that he didn't have anything to do with it. And then I started reading the stories and stuff, and I was just like, I feel like, you know, either he had his hand in it, or maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but for overall, I'm just really more devastated than anything, because he was one of the closest friends I've ever had, honestly.
Think he is involved?
Think
he is involved?
Honestly, I don't know, because from my perspective, I don't see him as that type of person. The Johnny that I know is sweet, always trying to take care of his family, goes to work, works hard, you know, tries to be positive about every situation, and that was Johnny. I've never seen him be the type to actually go and kill somebody.
Let me ask you this, so this is, you know, somebody got killed in that house, right? Like, in that situation, a person who does that, what do you think that person should receive for doing something like that?
Somebody that kills somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if that person has never done anything to you, and that person's completely innocent, then, I mean, you deserve life, or whatever penalty is, I guess, is deemed correct for that. I don't see a way around that. If that person's never done anything to you, you know, that killing somebody, period, is wrong. But I mean, I do see a little bit of sympathy whereas to like if that person had, you know, did something to your family, or they had your life in danger, or sent some threats that way. If that was the case.
No, I mean just a murder. Murder.
Yeah, you deserve life.
Okay. Somebody like that deserves a second chance.
No. Because I'm pretty sure you thought about it plenty of times before you went to do it.
Gotcha. Okay. You want to show him?
What if, well, yeah, Austin. What if they had a really good reason?
Even then, it's not right. I know there are some justifiable cases, but even then, it's not right.
So just to be clear before he starts, this murder occurred on March 2nd.
Okay.
Okay? That's what we're dealing with. That's when Ted Shaughnessy was murdered in his house.
This is Ted. Okay.
Okay.
Just a regular old guy that owned a business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he's the one that we're here for today.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a map, and we'll look closely at it. This is the College Station area,
Okay.
and this is where Johnny's living. And you've been to his place
So that
there.
complex, yeah.
So to clarify, do you know what he's talking about here?
The
Cell phone data records?
So,
Do you know how that works?
No, sir.
Okay. So, just so you understand what he's explaining to you here, cell phone data is so everything's tracked on your phone, which I think everybody's pretty much on the up and up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if you're using your phone or not, it tracks you.
Okay.
Okay. Now, we've talked to people through this investigation. It's been a long investigation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, we heard some things that maybe you were in College Station leading up to this, and so we can't just take people on their words, right? We gotta prove stuff. So we do search warrants, and we go to these companies, and they provide us their records of whoever we're looking at or whatever, whatever. They give us their documentation that they keep, and that's what this map is displaying, and he's going to show it to you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just want you to be clear on what you're looking at here, okay?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. So the yellow pinpoint there is where Johnny lives. Now you're calling it a duplex.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is it an apartment complex?
Yeah. I say duplex because it had a upstairs and downstairs. It kind of looked like a house, sort of. Yeah.
Do you remember what street it's on or anything?
I don't remember the exact street now.
Okay. Close to the campus? Not close to the campus?
Sort of. It's not walking distance, but it was pretty close to the campus.
So general area.
Mm-hmm.
So what this map here shows us is in regards to your cell phone, and again, you gave us, which has been your number for, or at least had the number for a year and a half, or the account, or whatever you want to call it, for a year and a half. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is where your phone is actually being used on a date in March.
In March.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So this is March 1st and March 2nd, 2018.
March 1st and 2nd?
Mm-hmm. So this is where your phone is being used, and there's many communications with Johnny. Okay? So this is the night of March 1st and the early morning of March 2nd.
Really?
Yes, sir.
I talked to him.
No, sir. You were in College Station. You drove to College Station on March 2nd. This is the night.
Oh, okay.
March 1st.
Yeah, I
March
did.
1st.
Yeah. March 1st, yeah, that night I was there. And then he tried to get me to go with him. I told him no. And then me and my girl, we ended up leaving March 2nd.
As we head to our first of 3 commercial breaks, the detectives are giving him very easy questions right now. Very simple question. Were you here? Were you there? And he's failing right now. I mean, my man, the time between his answers is getting longer and longer. The process, there's like a spinning wheel of death going on right now. It's just really crazy to watch. Imagine what's going to happen when we get down to the nitty gritty. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be fun. And if you're enjoying it, Don't forget to help your boy out and hit the like button. I appreciate it. Be back in a second.
What did he want you to do?
He wanted me to go with him to go kill this man or whatever him and Nick had set up with Marcus. And I told him, I was like, no, that's not in me. My daughter's about to be born here on March 23rd. It's not in me to do anything like that. I don't have the heart for it. I can never even fathom the pain of doing that. So I told him no. And he was like, come on, bro, you're the only person I can trust, blah, blah, blah. I was just like, nah, I can't, bro. I can't. And I broke down and cried in front of him. I was like, bro, I just cannot, bro. I don't understand why you're trying to do this with your life, bro. And he was just like, bro, you don't want this money, this is a lot of money involved. I was like, I said, no, bro, I can't, bro, I can't. He was like, and I was like, this is stupid of you to even ask me this, because you know I'm not with that. But he was just like, bro, please. He was like, I need somebody I can trust. I was like, how many people have you went to before you asked me? He was like, at least 5 or 6. I said, how many people did Nick talk to? He was like, a few. I was like, that right there in itself should tell you that you should not be doing this. He said, all right, bro, I don't know who else I can trust. I said, I don't know who you're going to get, bro, but I can't do this. So
when I asked you, did you forget that, or did you just not want to tell me that?
Just be honest, I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to get him in more trouble than he already is.
Okay, but people make choices. All right. So your phone's being used there. You're communicating with him. You're also communicating with Brooke. And I've got the records in here I can show you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So where are you talking to him about this?
At their apartment.
Okay. So did this start tell us how this started on the phone?
Yeah, he called me. He was like, hey, do you want some money? I was like, of course, what's up? Like, what's going on? He was like, I need you to come down here and talk to me first before anything. So I was like, immediately a red flag rose. So I was like, well, why can't you just tell me over the phone? He was like, I just can't tell you, bro. I need you to come down here and talk to me. I said, okay. So I went down there with my girl. Her name is Harley Marshall. I went down there. We drove down in her car, and we met them at the apartment.
And name's them?
Brooke and Johnny at their apartment. And that's when I went upstairs, and he was talking to me. He was like, hey, bro, you're the only person I can trust. I can't go to anybody else about this. Da-da-da, and that's when I caught him in a lie. I said, how many people did you ask? He was like, 5 or 6. I was like, that right there should tell you in itself. You should not be doing this, bro. This should not be anywhere in your mind right now. He was like, there's a lot of money involved. I was like, I don't want it. Then he gave me $200. I was like, bro, keep that. I'm not taking your money. He was like, and he kind of got mad. He was like, bro, why don't you just help me out? Da-da-da. I just lost some money. Da-da-da. I just broke up with Katie. Da-da-da. Just going off on a rant. I was like, bro, I can't help you, bro. I have to think about my daughter. I can't do this, bro. He was like, bro, please. I was like, nah. So me and my girl, we left and we got a motel for the night and slept there. And then we left in the morning.
Okay, which hotel did you go to?
It's a Motel 6.
And what street is it on?
I cannot remember the name of the street.
So, Holly is not the person you have the kiddo with?
No.
Okay, that's Brianna, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the kiddo's fine, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm glad. And you're working to support her?
Yes, sir.
Good. That's why we need to make sure everything we talk about in here is the truth, okay?
Okay.
Because I want you to be there for your daughter, okay? And if there's more to the story, well, then we need to work through it together, okay? James and I are very stand-up guys, okay? I know you've never met us before, but we're very stand-up individuals, okay? So...
Yeah, I think he had a question.
Oh, go ahead.
No, good. So, I'm never being here, okay? We didn't drive to Austin from Austin, I'm sorry, to here because you went and met Johnny and turned around. You know Johnny's in jail. He's sitting on a $3 million bond. You already know he's panicking because he called you. You think, I know y'all are boys, it doesn't last when you're facing murder charge.
I mean, that's still my boy, but I mean, I can't help him in this situation.
I know you can't help him in the situation, but what I'm saying is, we're not here just on a whim. You know what I'm saying? You need to stop and think about what you're telling us, because this is your time now. We've sat in front of Johnny, Nick, his wife, and multiple people in this case. Okay? We're not sitting here because you went down and had a little conversation and stayed in Motel 6. It's not the way it happened. We're not sitting here because we don't know what happened. What we're trying to do is give you an opportunity to tell us why it went down. Okay? We understand mistakes are get made. Okay? You need to think about who's going to look at this later. Think about your life. Okay?
Okay.
People understand mistakes get made. People don't understand liars. They have no sympathy for liars. Right? That's society. There's more. And you need to let us know, because it's your opportunity. Because when we walk out this door, you're going to go hit the jail. Ain't no turning back. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So when you got to College Station, what was the arrangement?
He wanted me to go with him. He told me that he had a Springfield pistol. He said he wanted me to use it. I told him no. I said, I'm not going to go with you, bro.
Stop. We've talked to Johnny.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. We're not sitting here because we're guessing that you're involved in this. When you know...
So he's saying that I went with him, is what you're telling me.
What I'm trying to tell you is you need to tell us how it went down.
I'm trying to tell you, sir.
Okay. We'll let you talk.
Springfield? Okay, Springfield.
So he has a Springfield. What kind of Springfield, or do you know? Have you seen it? You ever seen it?
Yeah, I saw it today. He showed it to me. It had those little red dot things on it, and then it was pretty big. He told me, he was like, this is what I got, and it looked pretty nice. And I was like, okay, that's what you're going to use? He was just like, yeah. I was just like, nah, I can't go, bro. I'm sorry. He was just like, please. He kept begging me, please, please. And then he brought me downstairs, and we rolled up some weed and sat there, talked about it. Holly was sitting there right next to me. He was just like, are you sure you don't want to go? Da-da-da, there's just a lot of money involved, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not going to lie. I sat there and I thought about it. I was like, should I go? This is a lot of money. Could help me out potentially. I could end up in jail for life potentially. So I weighed out those two options, and I was just like, nah, I don't think it's worth it. So Holly, she was just like, I don't feel like driving all the way back to DFW tonight. So I said, okay. We got a hotel that night, and that's where we stayed. And if you don't believe me, and you don't believe me, I would 100%, you guys go talk to Holly. I'm not sure how you guys can get in contact with her. Her name is Holly Marshall. Holly Noel Marshall. And she was there with me that night, so she can tell you the same exact story. Or
are y'all still together?
No.
No.
We're not.
Have you ever contacted Nick?
Yes. Well, I think... No. We had that one conversation. Johnny sent me his number a little bit later in March. I'm guessing this is after everything happened. And told me to call that number. And I said, who is it? He was like, don't worry about it. Just call that number. And just tell me if it rings or not. So I said, okay. So then I called the number. It rang. Nobody answered. And I called it again. It rang. Nobody answered. And called Johnny back. I was like, hey, whoever you're telling me to call is not answering, bro. What's going on? He was just like, I need some money. He owes me some money. I really need my money. I was like, what are you talking about? You need some money. What happened? He was just like, he just owed me some money, bro. He just owed me some money. So I'm like, all right. Yeah, he's not answering. I guess he has you blocked. He's like, yeah, mine's going straight to voicemail, so I need my money. Just if he answers, text him, call him, blah, blah, blah. So at that point, you know, that's my friend. So of course I'm like, hey, you owe him some money, what's going on? You know, like, he keeps calling me, he's blowing my phone up. I have obligations as well. I have a job, I have things I need to take care of. He's blowing me up. And this is when I had actually texted him this, and I still got no response from it.
You texted Nick or you texted John?
I found out it was Nick's number a little bit later. When I started reading the posts and everything, they all started making sense. And he was like, I never got a reply from him, but he was just like, yeah, he owes me some money, just keep calling him. So I was like, all right. So that was the only time that I've texted or reached out to Nick's number. But other than that, no, I've never.
So you called and texted?
Yes.
And what did the text message say?
They said, you need to call me back. You owe Johnny some money. Please call me back. I can't remember anything else other than that. Like along those, basically all the texts were along those lines. But there were more than just a few, because Johnny kept blowing my phone up.
You talking about between you and Johnny, not you and Nick?
No, Johnny was calling me to call him to text Nick, and that's when I would go ahead and do it, and he would do it multiple times. So every time he would call me and text me to tell him or tell me to call or text that number, I would.
And so you did that on more than one occasion?
Yes.
How many times, you think?
Probably like 5 or 6 times.
Okay. Just basically saying, you need the money, or you're supposed to pay?
Yeah, like you owe him some money, pay him his money. That's like just simple as that.
Why are you doing that and not Johnny?
Because Johnny was telling me that he had blocked the number. Whoever it was had blocked his number. That's why he told me that.
But can't Johnny just go find another phone and just go do that himself?
He could have. He very well could have. I mean, I'm just being, I guess, a good friend, you could say, trying to help him out. I mean, I didn't know. Initially he had just called me and said, hey, call this number and check to see if it's blocked or if it's off. I was like, okay. So then that's what I did. And then that's when it turned into questioning. I was like, does he owe you money? Or I didn't say he owes you money. I was like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? He was just like, he owes me money. That's all he kept telling me. He owes me money. So I was like, all right. So then that's why I kept texting that number, calling that number, trying to see what was going on.
When you arrived to Johnny's house, who was all there?
It was Brooke, her roommate, some other girl, me, Holly, and Johnny. So 6 people.
Did you say another name earlier? Did you say another male's name earlier?
Marcus, is that what you're referring to? Only reason I knew of Marcus was because he worked at Lids with him.
Are you saying he was there?
No, he wasn't there.
Why did you say Marcus earlier?
I forget what we were talking about.
When you were telling him that you arrived at Johnny's, that Marcus was there.
I did not say Marcus was there.
You did. You said when you got there, him and Marcus, Johnny and Marcus. That's why I'm asking you. That's why I asked you that question. And you said Marcus.
No.
And why did you bring up Marcus's name? I'm just curious.
We were talking about something, and I said, what were we talking? I was talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
It was about Johnny needing your assistance.
Oh yeah. Because I had asked Johnny who all he had asked to before me to come and do this with him. He was like 5 or 6 people. I was like, who? And he was like, he said somebody named Marcus, and I had met him before. And then some other people that him and Nick had reached out to on Facebook or something like that. And I don't remember the other people's names, but I just remember Marcus because I actually met him before.
Okay.
But yeah, Marcus was not there that night.
So what time did you leave his house?
What was it, like 1 or 2? 1 or 2 in the morning.
Okay. How was he planning on getting to Austin?
He wanted to use Holly's car, and I told him no. And he was just like, alright, blah, blah, blah. So I guess he borrowed somebody's car. I'm not sure.
So you drove to his house in Holly's car?
Mhm.
Okay. What kind of car she drive?
She drives a Ford Focus.
What color?
It's silver.
You know, year?
2002 or 3.
Bedford?
Mhm.
So, let's talk about your meeting Nick at Club Icon. There's more to that, right?
No, sir.
Okay, so it's just the hey, how are you kind of thing.
Pretty much. Let's see. There was that time when I initially met him. I remember he came by Johnny's old apartment out there in College Station when he was still living with Katie. He drove by in his Audi. I believe he was picking up something from Johnny. That's the second time I seen him. And that was the only time I've ever. Yeah, the initial time was the only time I ever really talked to him. The second time was the second time I saw him, and that was pretty much it.
And when Johnny is talking to you about, because what sort of words does he use? Does he say kill someone?
He said somebody has to go. That was in his words, somebody got to go. So I was like, go where? What are you talking about? He's like, they got to go. I was like, go. And then I was just like, nah. I was like, nah. He was like, come on, bro. Like, I was like, what do you? Because at first I was like, go. What are you talking about? Go where? He was, and then I sat there and thought about it for a second. I was like, nah, bro.
So what was his plan?
His plan was to go over there, I guess, kill the father.
Did he say how he was going to get in the house?
Yeah, he told me that he was going to go in through a window that Nick had planned out. Nick was supposed to do something with the cameras, and then Nick's supposed to do something with the cameras. That he tried to explain to me where the parents' bedroom was or something like that.
Johnny did.
And then I can't remember exactly what else he had said. He was basically trying to explain to me the setup or whatever. And he was all that was included was that Nick had a window that we were supposed to go through, and then he was supposed to do something with the cameras. And because I had asked him, I was like, how are you so sure that you're not going to get caught? Like, why are you even thinking about this? And then that's when he told me about that, and I was just like, nah. I was like, this is too stupid. Nah.
So who was supposed to shoot?
I guess him. He wanted me to shoot too, but I guess.
Shoot two, he wanted both y'all to go in the house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you were talking about a Springfield, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gun? Was there any other guns?
There was what was it? What do you call those small little things? I don't know what caliber it is. He had another little gun at the apartment that they were at too.
Little?
Yeah.
Like what? Like a semi-automatic or
yeah,
a
it was like a
revolver?
little pistol. It wasn't like the revolver thing. It was just like a little. I can't remember the name of the freaking.
Something like a Ruger or something, like the little LCPs, or like a Beretta, or.
Do you know guns? I mean, is that...
Not really, that's why. I just know it was really small. It was real small. It looked nothing like that other one, the Springfield.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that very, very vividly. It was like the Springfield. The Springfield was much, much bigger than that small one. I don't know.
What color was the Springfield?
Black.
Black.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you noticed the sights.
Yeah, it was he showed me something where you put it was this finger and like it had like a dot.
A laser pointer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have much experience shooting?
No, sir.
Like, you know, like
I've been
targets?
to a gun range twice in my entire life.
Which gun was he trying to get you to shoot?
He was trying to get me to use the Springfield, and I was just like, nah.
Where did the other gun come from?
He had it there. It was that small. I'm really trying to remember the name of it.
Where did you get the Springfield?
I have no clue.
You never seen him own it before?
Never.
Did you ever see him own
No.
the smaller gun before?
Yeah, I've seen him with that small one before. He actually tried to sell it to me before, and I was like, nah, I don't need it. I said, but I'll look for somebody to buy it for you. He was like, all right.
So what was the arrangements? What was the plan on payment? Because you don't do this for free.
He said that he was gonna pay me through Nick $5,000 a month or something like that. And I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, because he initially, like I said, handed me $200 initially. And I was like, what is this for? He was like, just to come with me. I said, nah, hand him the money back. He just kept trying to give it to me, like, please. I was like, nah, I don't want that. And then he told me, I was like, so how are you expecting to get paid? He said that Nick was supposed to pay him $10,000 a month, or something like that, or every 2 weeks, something like that, through some life insurance money or something like that. And that I think he had already gave him some money up front.
Say how much?
Nah, I don't know exactly how much. Because when I first walked in the house, he was like somebody had to go. Well, not when I first walked in the house. Of course, when we went upstairs, whatever, and he tried to talk to me about it. He was like, somebody had to go, blah blah blah. He's costing me a lot of money. I just lost $30,000 or something like that. He said something like that, and I was just like, what are you talking about? And then that's when he started trying to explain how it was going to happen, how he was going to get paid, and all this extra stuff. And that's when I went into who all have you asked, who all isn't involved, how did y'all even come up with this, questions along those lines. And I was just finally like, nah, I'm good.
So your girl's car, that's not going to come up on. Do you know about LPRs? Do you know what an LPR is?
I do not.
License plate readers. So they're on every road, all the tow trucks, all the police cars. Damn near you can't go anywhere without an LPR.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, y'all will show up from Fort Worth when y'all drove to, College Station. Is her car, is there any reason why her car, do you have any explanation right now why her car will show up from Fort Worth to Austin? Because I can tell you there's many LPRs on that road. That night.
We did let him use the car, but he brought it back that morning. I hate that I even did that stupid shit. Excuse my language. We did let him use the car because I ended up talking Holly into it, and so that probably will pop up on the LPR.
So Arieon, you see kind of where we're going here, right? So that means you weren't at no hotel. I mean, you took your car from the house?
No, me and Holly were at the hotel.
Okay. So y'all's check-in's going to be there?
Yes.
We'll check every Motel 6.
Okay.
And every video is going to show you there all night long, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Paying for the hotel.
Uh-huh.
Cash?
Yes. Cash.
But you have to use your card for a deposit.
Yeah.
So that'll show up, right?
Yeah. That sure will.
Your card?
Maybe, no, I don't think I use mine. I think we use Holly's. Yeah, we did use Holly's. We used her card. So.
Where does she bank?
I want to say Bank of America.
And you?
I bank at Wells Fargo.
One more thing I want to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sure you watch a lot of crime shows and stuff. Everybody knows a lot of our stuff we do nowadays.
Honestly, not much.
You familiar with DNA?
Yes.
DNA testing?
Yes.
You know how far it's gone. It's crazy.
Right.
So, when we go to a homicide, I'm specifically speak for that scene. We're there for almost 24 hours, right? Collecting evidence, and we know where suspects entered the house. We know the path they took. We got all the casings from the gunshots. And, so we run DNA on everything, right? And DNA is freaking fabulous now. You can touch this pen, set it down for 20 years. Bam, there's your DNA, right? It'll identify who you are. Okay. So all that's in the lab, right? And again, is there going to be any reason, is so much as brush against a wall, touch a casing, is there any reason why any of your DNA is going to show up in that house? Have you ever been in that house?
No, I've never been inside of that house.
Okay. Because when you climb through a window, it's pretty cumbersome. Even your clothing holds your DNA. And then when you scrape against something, there goes your DNA. And I tell you, we took every surface area around that dang window because we knew that's where they went. I know. And so, even as you sit here, if I DNA swabbed the outside of your clothes, there's your DNA because you sweat and you profuse, you're constantly sloughing, even if you wear gloves, as we know, happens. Your little cufflinks, everything, you drop skin cells. Everybody does. Right now, we're doing it all over this place. And so we test all that. And so, is there any reason why your DNA is going to be anywhere in that house?
The only reason is maybe because we share clothes. That may be the only reason.
That night y'all share clothes?
No, because I was down there, like I said, in January. I was down there for the whole weekend, and I underpacked, and I was wearing some of his clothes, and then I put my clothes in the washer and dryer, and then he wanted to put on a certain shirt for that Saturday. So he put that on. That's the only reason that my DNA may be there, but I highly doubt it.
So if your DNA shows up, you're saying it's going to be Warrior shirt?
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
What if it lands on a showcase?
On the show facing?
Go on, this guy, go lower.
On which gun? Or on which?
Showcases that were found on the crime scene.
They were? My DNA was on the showcase?
I'm telling you, we're going to be getting the results fairly soon, okay? It takes the lab a little while to result. I'm asking you, is there any reason why your DNA will show up on those?
I did touch the gun that night when I was looking at it, when he was showing me, hey, this is the gun I want you to go with, blah, blah, blah. And I looked at it and I was like, take it out, and it was loaded. I was like, what the heck? And I was like, nah, so I gave it back to him.
Arieon, if your DNA shows up in that house, I can tell you right now, okay, it doesn't matter what you say.
I understand that.
You're going to be facing the same fate as Nick and Johnny. Okay. There's mounting evidence against you right now. And what I'm trying to give you an opportunity right now is because it's natural for us to become defensive. Okay, we don't want to be involved at some point if we make that mistake. Okay, especially killing somebody, right? We don't want to be involved in that.
Yeah.
Even if we did it, we don't want to admit it because it's natural human instinct. But what I'm trying to convey to you, man, okay, evidence doesn't lie. Everything is based on evidence. It's undisputable. Okay, if you're facing that, it's better to go in truthful, to look that you're not the freaking monster that brutally murdered somebody. That it's a mistake. But the only way to start that is by admitting what you've done.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you were in that house that night, you need to let us know, because you don't want to wait till the evidence comes, because it is too late. We're not going to sit there back down and give you an opportunity to clear the water or explain yourself or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To make people understand what happened.
Yeah.
Okay. That'll be too late.
Okay.
So, if there's more you're willing or wanting to add right now, this is the time.
As we head to our second commercial break, let's see if he takes him up on that offer and tries to add to this crazy story of coincidences and find out if he can talk himself out of a murder charge.
Okay? Because that DNA is not going to lie to you, man. You've seen it 100 times. It's no bullshit. These people are PhDs that are examining this stuff with the highest grade equipment.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to beat it. Johnny ain't going to beat it. Johnny thought he could sit here initially and play the game and roll us off. It didn't work out for him. He's still sitting there. He's gonna go down for this murder, right?
Okay.
But he went down as a liar. It doesn't have to be that way for you. If you're involved, you need to let us know.
Okay.
You're not a bad guy, I can tell you. We ran your CCH, but Johnny's not either. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but people get into stupid things. Money's a big motivating factor. 5,000 a month's a lot for anybody, right? You have a hard time. You jumping job to job. You used to work at a gym. Now you're working doing glass.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to make it. You got a baby.
Trying to do my, yeah. That's how I am.
So, I'm saying, is there any reason why you were in that house? Were you in that house?
No. There's no reason I should have been in that house.
No, not that you should have been in that house. I'm asking you, were you in that house?
No.
Okay. So if the evidence comes back with your DNA, then what?
And
Then what?
I have no fight. I could almost guarantee you that it's not. The only reason that it may be on the shell casing is because I touched that gun that night.
Did you load that gun?
No, I didn't load it. I watched him load it. Right hand to God, I watched him load it, sit there right there in the living room. Me, him, Brooke, and her two little roommates were over there at the kitchen, sitting in the left towards the kitchen.
So, stand back and view this in somebody else's eye, right?
Okay.
Your best friend calls you,
Mm-hmm.
says, I need you down here. You and your girl drive to College Station.
Mm-hmm.
He propositions you with $5,000 a month to commit a murder.
Mm-hmm.
And we got all the evidence to show everything, and then what other people are saying, and then possibly DNA. And he takes your girl's car, and then your story is, oh no, we just stayed in a hotel. Do you think that's going to fly with evidence? Do you think you're going to beat that?
If the evidence is going to be what it is and points, which it will be, to me not being at that house, then yes.
Okay.
Okay, so let's... So afterwards, well, let me back up a little bit. So Johnny takes the car,
Mm-hmm.
and who does he go with then?
I have no clue. He told me that he was going to pick somebody up. I said, y'all be all right. Y'all be careful.
And we're going to talk about all the truth here, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So he went to pick who up then?
Honestly, do not know who he went to pick up. It might have been Marcus. It might have been, it was some black dude. I'm not sure. I just know of him. I've seen him one time at a little get together down there. That's how, I don't remember his name. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Because he told me it was some name. I can't remember his name. But then when I was reading the stories, it was pointing towards Marcus. But then again, I didn't know. I still don't know. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Who he was with.
I'm so sorry. This is so
That Marcus was the one that was involved. Because I talked to Brooke as well, like when she called me, that when they did that y'all went and got Johnny, and she was telling me, yeah, Marcus is the only person that I know of, blah, blah, really don't know. She was like, what's going on? I don't understand what's going on. And I was like, I don't know. She was like, Marcus has to be the only person that he went with. It has to be. So I was like, I'm not sure. I don't have his. She was like, can you call him? I was like, I don't have his number. I don't know where he is.
She doesn't have Marcus's number, or you don't have Marcus's number?
I don't have Marcus's number. That's what I was saying. And I was like, I don't know where he is. I don't know how to get in contact with him or anything. She was like, do you have Jordan's number? I said, who is Jordan? She was like, it was another one of Johnny's friends. He's from Dallas. I was like, nah, I don't know Jordan like that either.
Okay, but if Johnny goes with either by himself or with some other person, and then he gets back, he's going to tell you something because you authorized him to take that car for that purpose, correct?
I did.
Okay. So when he returns, he tells you what?
He was just real shaky and like just off the wall, just like scared almost, or not even almost, just like super duper scared. And I was like, "Are you all right? Like, you okay?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I was like, "Who did you pick up?" He was like, "Don't worry about that. Just get out of here." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Just get out of here. Just go." So I was like,
So what time of day is this?
this was 6 or 7 in the morning.
Okay, so you're up.
We were halfway asleep, kind of up, because he had called before he pulled back up to the hotel, or the motel.
And then what did you do?
And then I was just immediately, out of instinct, because I felt guilty for even giving him the car, I said, let's go. And she got her stuff together, and we left that motel.
Okay, so like 6 or 7 in the morning, you're saying?
So how did Johnny get home?
We dropped him off after we had left the motel, back at him and Brooks' place.
Where were the guns?
I have no clue.
He didn't have it on him?
He might have. He had a backpack on.
What was he wearing?
I think it was a black long sleeve, some black pants, and some type of shoes. I know it was black though.
You said he had something with him?
Yeah, he had a bag with him.
What color bag?
I think it was red, a red Nike bag.
He walked into the hotel with that?
Yeah, he was. Well, he didn't come into our room, but he was standing outside the door.
What room were y'all staying in?
It was upstairs.
You don't remember what floor?
Yeah, it was the second floor.
Second floor?
It was one of those motels where the doors are facing outside. It's not the ones where you go inside and then the rooms are like on the inside of the building. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so the door to your room is like parking lot and then door to your room,
Exactly.
kind of thing.
Exactly.
So you don't know which Motel 6 we're talking about?
Not exactly, but I know it is down there in College Station.
So if I pull up on a map, you'd be able to show me?
Honestly, I don't think so, but I could try. I could definitely try.
What was it, do you remember if it was on the north, south, east, or west side of the College Station? It was somewhere close to their apartment. If you can find one that's closest to their apartment, then I'm pretty sure that's the exact one.
Okay.
The one that's closest to, which one on the Johnny's and
So there's only 2 in College Station.
Okay, good.
Okay.
That makes it even easier.
Who's closer to what?
Their apartment, so it's...
Okay. Closer to Johnny's apartment?
Yes.
What was it, the Heights?
3055 Holland Drive South.
Okay, so he's right there by the airport, so it's going to be this one up here, is what you're saying?
Yeah, should be. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure.
And, are there any guns at your house?
No, sir.
So
No guns?
So his house is down in this area.
Okay.
There's
it would
3
be-
Motel 6s.
So it'd probably be that one right there.
How certain are you on that?
I would probably say 70%.
Is there anything you remember specifically? Because this is very detrimental to you, right?
Yes, very detrimental.
Do you remember anything near it?
I don't, off the top of my head. This is so bad.
If you want to look at it in terms of the usage, on your maps, could do that.
You can go down that other road.
So, you said no guns at your house? Like, you don't own guns?
No.
And you live there with who?
My mother and my father.
Okay. And they own guns?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay. So Johnny comes back and he's all hyped up.
Mhm.
I don't know what you call him, jittery or whatever.
Yeah, real uppity, like scared and fidgety and paranoid and all type of stuff.
Okay. And so he said, just don't worry about it. And you left it at that?
No, honestly, I knew I messed up the second I allowed him to use that car, because I knew that was going to rope me in some type of way. I knew this was going to come one day. So at that moment, I did knew I had made a big mistake. But like we were talking about when he got back, I just asked him. I was like, "What happened?" He was like, "Nothing. He wouldn't tell me anything." I was like, "Who'd you go with?" "Nothing. Nobody. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." So I'm like, "Okay. I guess we'll just get out of here." And I was like, "I'll just pray for you, bro. I hope everything goes all right. I hope everything works in your favor." And we ended up taking him back to his house, and then me and Holly left. Came back to DFW.
Okay, so you took Johnny back to his house.
Mm-hmm. The apartment.
And who's there?
I didn't go inside. We just parked out right outside. Told him I loved him. I was like, I really hope that, nothing happens with this. I really do, but it wasn't the smartest decision. He was just like, I know, blah, blah, blah. He was like, just make sure I didn't leave nothing in the car. If I did, just get rid of it, blah, blah, blah. He was in a really quick hurry. So I was just like, okay. And then we looked in the car. I didn't see anything but a whole bunch of Red Bull cans and some snacks. And that's pretty much it from what he left.
You know what we're doing at your house right now?
Search.
Yeah, we got a search warrant for your house.
Okay.
Okay. And so right now we've got about 5 detectives going through your house right now, searching everything and crime scene. And you were telling him you don't have any guns.
I don't.
You don't. Anybody?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay. The other thing I wanted to ask too, again down the road, because all this is going to come to light. We've been just setting marks on it since March. So in the search warrant, we're going to take your phone. We're going to take every computer in the house. We're going to take the Wi-Fi. I don't know how well versed you are and all that too. This is all the FBI, DPS, Rangers. Everybody's involved in this. Okay, this goes to the most specialized people in the FBI. Actually, they've been helping us immensely on this because there's so much communication. And they can go retroactively, even if you delete crap off your phone or your computer or, your Wi-Fi thing stores, all your computers store everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can go to your carriers too, and they'll provide us everything. Are we going to find communication about you being involved in this?
About me being involved, no. But about me knowing about it, yes.
Okay, like what?
Knowing about, what he wanted to do, how he wanted to do it, the people that he was trying to talk to, stuff like that.
Just
yes.
before or after?
This is, there's a little bit of information before it happened, which was like the end of February, like the 2020, like the end of 28th, something like that, somewhere around the end of February. I didn't know exactly what he wanted, but like I told you guys, he had called me a few times. The first time he called me, he was like, hey, you want to make some money? I said, of course, blah, blah, blah. Didn't end up working out for me getting a ride down there or whatever it was. And he called me a second time. I was like, of course. He was like, it's the same situation. I just need you to get down here, though. I can't, I can't tell you over the phone. So then that's when I actually went. And then after he was talking to me, I didn't know about the situation. And Brooke, when she called me that time, I didn't know about the situation. And when his mom, she tried to call me and talk to her about it, I didn't know about it. So you guys will find information about me knowing about it, but as far as me being there, you won't find any.
Okay. Brooke was talking to you about this as well?
Yes, this was after he got arrested.
Yeah.
Yes.
But not during, so she was there when he was petitioning you to go down to
Yes, she
Austin?
was downstairs.
So she heard the whole conversation?
I'm not sure if she heard the
Oh,
conversation.
she's sitting in the room with y'all. You said y'all were sitting on the couch.
No, this was after he had brought me upstairs and talked to me about it, just me and him.
Okay.
And then we went back downstairs where Holly, Brooke, and then those two other girls were sitting in the living room.
What vehicle does Johnny have?
He used to have a white Ford Fusion. Then his mother took it back from him. But this was not long before, actually, yeah, this was a while before any of this ever conspired.
And then recently, what vehicle did he have?
Recently, he didn't have one.
How did he get around?
His girlfriend's SUV looking car. He did have a girlfriend before Brooke. Her name was Katie. He got around in her. He did have that silver. It was a silver Hyundai, but it was like almost like an SUV type.
The CRV?
Yeah. He did have that, but it was like really raggedy. And then he was also using his girlfriend's Katie's car. It's a black Dodge Avenger.
Johnny and you talked after the murder. Now, I don't mean directly after. I know he was all hyped up, but y'all talked after that. We got all your records, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are close. He petitioned you. This is no secret. He went to go murder somebody. You knew he murdered somebody.
Yeah.
What did he tell you about the murder? How it went down?
He told me that he went in there. Told me that he went in there. He was looking around. Then I guess the father came out and that he shot him. And then he continued to shoot him. And that he was supposed to kill the wife as well, I believe. And that he didn't get to do that because he said he panicked and just took off running. So then he got back in the car. He said he didn't get any blood on him. He said he tripped and fell. Then he got back in the car and he took off. And
Where'd he go?
That's when he said he headed back towards College Station to come back to the motel.
I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, okay? Because you got a lot of issues here because you know you're tied to this, right? Enough where we could. Okay. He told you who was with him. Y'all are too close. You know too much about this. I know you're not trying to dime nobody. He told you who was with him, and you're holding back because you keep doing this. You keep lying until we catch you in it, and then you come honest. You know, and I'm telling you, man, honesty is going to be your best way out. You know that you were raised by good parents. That's the way life is, and this is no different, bro. You know who the hell went with him. Who did he tell you went with him? I mean, you can be an accessory, or you can be honest.
Okay, he told me Marcus went with him. That's what he told me.
Marcus who?
I don't know his last name.
Okay.
It's the guy that he worked with at Lids. I guess he was his manager.
Okay.
That's what he told me. He was like, he said, me and Marcus went to the house.
That's time out. Was Marcus at the house when you got there?
No, sir. No.
He was not there.
I'm telling you guys 100% true. Marcus was not there.
Okay.
Not when Johnny came to question me, Marcus was not there. I promise you that. But I know 100% a fact. Brooke was there, Holly was there, I was there, Johnny was there, and then Brooke's roommate, and then some other girl. I don't know neither one of their names, but there were 2 more girls there. Marcus was not there. The only reason I found out about Marcus was, one, for initially ever hearing that Marcus was involved was when I asked, who else have you went to? He told me Marcus, and like I told you, I had met him before. That's exactly how I knew who he was. And I had the feeling like he would probably be the only person that would mingle, because him and Johnny were really, really close as well. And then after he got arrested, Brooke had called me, and she immediately asked me, she was like, do you have Marcus's number? I said, no, I don't know how to get in contact with him at all. She was like, are you sure? Is there any way that, you could find his girl or his parents or anything? Is there anything that you know of? I was like, other than you going up there to the mall to see where he, if he's at work or whatever, I have no clue.
Okay, so back up. When he was telling you about the murder, you said, you already told me that he told you he went through the window, right? He tell you how to get through the house? Did he tell you anything about inside the house? Okay. Did he say where he was when he killed the dad?
No. He just told me he went in the house. The dad saw him, and as soon as the dad saw him is when he started shooting him. And then he continued to shoot him. And he said that Marcus had shot him as well to make sure he was dead. And then he said that Marcus had, I guess, went into the room to find the wife, and he was tearing everything up. And he said that Marcus had took some jewelry, and Johnny had already ran out of the house by the time Marcus was doing this. And then he got back in the car, and he said Marcus got in the car boasting, like, look what I got, da-da-da. And I was like, oh, okay.
So you got jewelry?
Yeah, that's what he told me. I was like, okay.
What did he say about the wife?
He said that they were supposed to get her, but they didn't.
Why not?
I have no clue. I guess he said he couldn't get to her or something.
He said what room he went to get the jewelry?
He said to their bedroom.
And he couldn't get to the wife?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone more specific than that?
No, he just he kept it really, really broad.
So he said he ran out of the house.
Yeah, he said he was the first to run out.
How did he get out of the house?
He said that he first ran to the front door, it didn't work, and then he ran back out and went through the window he came in.
Okay. Cool.
So that's a lot of information.
Yeah.
When I walked in here today, what words did I tell you? Besides telling you my name.
That you were a detective?
I also told you that you're probably on some level relieved to see us.
Yeah.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
You knew this day was coming.
I knew it. Yeah.
I wish you had reached out, man. Now I know you're friends with Johnny. Okay. And yeah, you don't want to see anything bad happen to your friend. Okay? But that guy doesn't deserve to die, okay?
He didn't. He definitely didn't. I feel so bad for giving him the car. Because if I would have said no to that car, that man would probably still be alive.
He's minding his own business in his home. Okay. Think about, I hope you have a good relationship with your dad. Do you?
For the most part. I mean, we've had our rough patches.
Sure. Every child has had a rough patch with their parents, or parent, whichever the case is. Okay. What if somebody had come in and done this to your dad? And tried to kill your mom? Is the friendship worth that?
No.
We're not trying to put anybody in a jam, okay? We really want to work with you, and we really want to work together, okay? We take our jobs very seriously, okay? Because it's, you know, it's a big thing. I don't know of any other crimes that's worse than that.
There is, in my eyes, at least.
Now, people have all sorts of reasons for doing it. Okay. That, you know, sometimes people can explain or can understand the reasons why something happened or the reason why somebody made a particular choice. Okay. I want to believe what you're saying, but you look at it from the standpoint of, let's say somebody's just the driver of the car. Do you think that maybe it's not as bad for them that they just drove the car to the place?
Real quick, Holly. So we're gonna follow up with her.
Okay.
Spell her first name.
Holly.
Spell her last name.
Marshall.
What's her date of birth? How old is she?
She's 18 right now.
Okay. Where does she
No,
live?
she's 19.
19?
She lives in Colleyville, right off of Glade Road. Do you know where?
Here in Fort Worth?
Yes.
Colleyville?
Yeah, right off
If I pulled it up, would you be able to point the house
Yeah.
out?
So while he's doing that, what about the person who just drove? Let's say the person who just was the to and from. Okay. That's not as bad, right? Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I do.
Is that the case here?
In a sense. You're saying is that the case? Am I the driver? No.
So you just handed over the keys?
Yes.
And Holly's okay with that?
She wasn't initially, but I talked her into it. She was pissed off about it. She was very pissed off. Very, very pissed. But I just got her to calm down. I said, just let him do him. We're not involved. We already came down here. And I guess I was trying to be a good friend because he kept begging me and begging me and begging me. I kept trying to talk him out of it to not even go. But then he just was so hell-bent on his money. And I was like, you have a job, you have a girl, like why are you trying to get more? Why are you trying to be greedy? I don't understand it. He just said, I need my own, I'm tired of struggling, blah, 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 I need this. That's all he kept saying. So I just finally just gave in. I was like, alright bro, here, you know what I'm saying? Drop us off at this motel. We're gonna check in, I'm gonna be here. We're not going nowhere, obviously. Please be safe. If you get caught up, this is on you. And I know they're going to come back to me for even doing this for you, but please be safe. And I left it at that.
Okay. So you're not driving Holly's car?
No.
Because you know she's going to be on the hook for murder too. You think she's gonna stand up to that too? Not. She gonna put you in that car on the murder?
Put me in the car? No. I was with her that night.
Okay.
In the motel.
Okay.
Now earlier he said Johnny's a liar. Okay, well, Johnny was a liar initially, but remember when we start talking about a murder case,
Things change.
things change. People say more than they did initially.
Okay.
So we've heard a lot of this before. Some other variations of the story as well, but we've heard some of this information. Okay? So if he were to say that Arieon's my driver, that's not accurate?
No, that's not accurate. I did not go with him that night.
But I'm just in Arieon's girlfriend's car.
Yes. He was in our car, but I did not drive that car. That night, I did not drive that car.
I mean, I understand he's trying to save himself, and I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a scary situation. Okay.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That's why we need to make sure everything comes out while we're here.
Okay.
Okay.
I will tell you guys the honest to God truth. I'm not gonna lie. I did come in here trying to make his situation a little bit lighter, but I can't.
Well, bro, I'm not, like I said, it's human nature, right?
Yeah.
But you have come in here and lied a lot. Now, you've come clean, but you have, and that's our concern. This is the deal.
Yes.
Our concern is look, dude, this is your life, not ours.
Yeah.
We're gonna go home tonight, right? You're the one that's gonna have to deal with this, and we're just trying to. We probably got another 5 minutes. We're out of here, right? Ish. And then that's what you got to deal with. Like what comes to light after this. If you're not being honest with us, it will come to light, and that has been rang true with every single person involved in this case. Because there are just too many people. This is, like I said, at a federal level. That any kind of security people thought they had, it's all bullshit, and nobody knows what they're talking about. They believe in, do this and you won't get caught. Bullshit. And
the foil on your cell phone.
Yeah, all that bullshit.
Yeah,
you heard that before, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, dude, we know everything about this, and that's what I'm saying is like, if there's something that you're leaving out, I'm just trying to be honest with you, dude. Like, I don't have any stock in this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to deal with this. You do. I'm being honest. Like, you seem like a good guy, but if you are leaving anything out, dude, I would just get it out now, because when we leave, you're gonna be, if you're leaving anything out and you're lying, you're gonna be the liar. Okay, you're going to be the liar. It seems natural not to say anything now, but you'll be the liar. And I'll tell you later, it looks freaking horrible. There's no return from that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if there's anything else, I suggest you get it out now. I think we've discussed everything we wanted to discuss, but if there's anything you need to add, I would suggest you add it.
Okay. Let's see. And me giving him the car, he left some bottles. He did leave a bullet in there. It was a small one. I ended up getting rid of it. I just threw it on the street. He left one of his hats as well. It was a Houston, Texas hat. It was blue. I chunked it. That may have been what he had on that night. It may not have been. It may what the other guy had on that night too. One of them. I'm not sure who left it. Pretty sure it was Johnny's though. Where's that at? I chunked it on the street along with the bullet.
What street?
It was the street right by their apartment.
The one you pull out on?
The one that
The one you first pull out on? There?
Yes, that one. If you can show me the map, I can tell you it's because their apartment is on the far.
Their apartment's right here. And when you come out.
It was this road right here.
This one?
This one.
Which direction are you going?
I was going this way.
Because the construction was there or no?
I don't remember.
Well, you went this way. You went.
Yeah, we were going back this way.
About how far do you think you were when you threw that bullet?
We were like right here.
So very close to
Pretty
that
close.
intersection.
Yeah, it was pretty close because I was just looking around immediately trying to get everything that had anything to do with it out of the car. I was looking around. I saw his hat, picked it up, started moving stuff around because the car was already kind of junky. So then I started looking around and I found a little bullet. It had the bullet still in there. So I just put it inside the hat, combed it up, let the window down, and threw it outside, and it was towards the trees.
Okay. Let me divert real quick so I can get people on this real quick. Holly, you said, what, I was looking up her address. You gave me a street.
It's off of Glade Road. I'm not sure. It's not-
Colleyville Road?
Glade Road.
Glade Road?
Colleyville is a city.
Glade.
You can tell we're not from around here.
Yeah.
Okay. In Colleyville, Texas, yeah. There it is. Okay. Alright, Glade Road, it seems like it's kind of a long one. Is there, do you know the intersection?
Let me see.
There.
Let's see. Right
Does she live near like a school, or she live near a church?
Would it be easier if I take it off GPS?
Like it's just a map,
Yeah.
like instead of a
this?
satellite map?
Does that help?
That might be.
Just to find the crossroads?
And how long was y'all's relationship? I'm sorry, if we already covered that?
We were on and off for a few months, probably like 4 or 5 months. We stopped talking in June of this year, me and Holly.
So why'd you get a new phone?
I just switched from, cause my Android had completely broke. I dropped it, and then it just completely, the LCD screen messed up. It was basically unrepairable.
What month was that?
This was not even 3 months, not even 3 months ago. Not even.
So you're talking like October,
Yes.
September, that time frame?
Yes, sir.
What does Marcus look like?
Not really sure how to describe him. I think this is Shady Grove is the area. I know that's like the direct area, but I'm not completely sure exactly like what house.
Well, I thought you said, you know how to get there, right?
Yeah, I definitely know how to get there. If we were to drive, and I could definitely
Well, I mean,
navigate.
is it better with GPS, sir? So you Shade Grove off of Glade, I guess?
Mhm.
Okay.
Let me start from.
Let's call Deb and see if she could locate something.
Yeah. Well, I think it's Joanne.
Oh, okay. Did Nick ever talk to you directly about this
No, sir.
at all?
He never communicated to me directly about this situation at all. Johnny was the only one that brought me the information and sat me down and talked to me about it and tried to explain how it was going to happen and tell me what happened and anything like that. And Nick, I guess after it happened, wasn't answering any of Johnny's calls or anything like that. That's why he told me to call and see what he was like, see what was going on, see if he had just blocked his number only, or if it was, what was going on.
And does she live with her parents, or who does she live with?
She lives with her parents.
Okay. Do you know their names?
I do not.
She have siblings?
Yes, but they're not, or yeah, she has two sisters that live in the house.
Younger, older?
Older.
Does she actually live on Bedford or just that area?
It's in that area. But I know for, I can't really find the exact house. I don't know why I can't. I know for a 100% fact it's off of Glade. If you know where Glade Road is, it's right off of Glade, and you make that first right as soon as you come off the Glade. Off of Glade, at that first light, you make a right, and then you go down until you go down past this first light, and there should be like an auto shop on your left.
Hold on, let's do this, man.
Okay.
Where did Glade go?
In fact, if you do it as the non-satellite and just the map, you might be able to find, you said an auto shop?
Yes.
Okay. So you're telling us this information and you're saying that Holly can vouch for you, basically?
Yes, she will
Okay,
tell you
so
that.
you see how important it is for you to help us find where she is. Because we want to give you the benefit of the doubt. If this is what you're telling us.
So Glade is not even right there anymore. You're way off from Glade. So Glade to what?
You take.
So I'm assuming you travel a highway. What
Yes.
highway is it?
I'm so bad with this.
There, well, let's start over. There's Glade Road.
Okay.
Good?
Okay, do this for you. All right?
Okay. That's the airport. So okay, there's the one wire. There's the highway.
That's me.
No.
So shooter, ex-girl?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does that have a street name on it?
Yeah. Breton Meadow, something like that?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Let me see my phone. What I'll do is do this.
The relationship ended, like, you guys both decided to end it, or she decided to end it, or what?
It was more like she really wanted to end it because I really wasn't in a position to have a girlfriend and support one like I needed to be, because I didn't have a job. I wasn't living at my house at the time, because me and my parents weren't really getting along. So I was staying basically in a back house, basically like a shed. I had a couch, a TV, a microwave. That was pretty much it. I could only shower like twice a week. I was pretty much down bad, and I wasn't in a position to really have a
So
girlfriend.
she wasn't really
Yeah,
into that.
yeah. So
Well,
that's the way that went. But
okay.
then I got back on my feet. Me and my parents made up. and got a job.
So think about three things here, okay? Well, I don't want to call them things. One is, I know you didn't know him, but the man who lost his life, okay? Think about your mom and your dad, okay? I know we don't always get along with our parents. We're not always thrilled with living with our parents, okay? But ultimately, they're our parents, and ultimately, they have our best interest.
All the time.
And lastly, and I don't know if you told me, you have a daughter.
Yes.
Her name is?
Olivia.
Olivia. Okay. I want you to think about those people. Okay. And think about what out of this they're going to think of you. Okay. Were you the guy who helped and gave truthful information, or were you the opposite of that? Is honor something that's important to you?
Yes.
It's probably something important to them. Okay. Our parents don't always like the decisions we make. They're not always happy with that. But they want us to be good people. Okay. And you're going to be connected to this child for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Okay. And there will come a time in her life where she's able to ask questions. And I want to make sure the answers are what they should be, and not just answers that you're just trying to get yourself out of a situation. Okay? So think about that. And if there's something else we need to talk about, then let's talk about it.
The only thing that I think is important, I did leave my phone in that car. I had dropped it when he had taken us to the motel. I had accidentally dropped it. I tried to call him from Holly's phone to tell him to come back, but he said that he was already 30 minutes out with whoever. So I told him to turn it off, and he told me that he would, because I didn't want to be involved. I already knew you guys were going to come question me about this just for me giving the car, but I did leave my phone in there, so that could possibly come up. I'm not sure, but yes, I did leave my old phone in that car.
So your phone made a trip to Austin?
Yes, along with them.
Is there any reason why Johnny would testify that you participated?
That I actually went with him?
What would be his motive to say you participated in operators?
So that he doesn't go down by himself. That's the only thing.
Take his best friend down with him? He's going down
because
already.
I was involved by giving him the car and knowing about it.
Oh, wow. Is there a reason why he would testify that you went in the house? That you went to Austin with them?
Are you serious?
I'm asking you, what would be his motive for that? Why would he throw his best friend under a bus? If he's already done, why would he voluntarily throw his best friend under the bus? Especially one that helped him out, like got him, was able to provide a vehicle.
I feel like because he knows that I know about the situation, I could possibly become an informant for him or against him if you guys were to threaten my life or my freedom. That is the only possible reason that I would clearly see him. Yeah, he was there, blah blah blah, trying to get.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be him leading us to you?
Yeah.
That's throwing him under the bus.
You said he was already going down.
He is already going down. He knows he's going down. I'm saying, why would he lead us to somebody who's going to, if you're saying you didn't participate, why would he lead us to somebody who's going to discredit him?
I mean, what do you mean by that? Why would he be?
Okay. Okay. So we have what's being told us,
Mm-hmm.
and you have what you're telling us, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're saying, I gave him the car, I know all about the murder, I didn't do it. He told me all this stuff about the murder, that he's going to go kill somebody, right?
Yeah.
So you could be critical against, you could have critical information against him,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
But you're saying, I didn't do it, I didn't pull the trigger, I didn't go.
Yes. So you're saying, why would he even involve?
Why would he,
knows?
yeah, if he doesn't even know, if at the point in the interview, if he didn't think that we knew anything about you, why would he involve you?
As we head to our last commercial break, I want to thank you guys once again for tuning in. Thank you so much for hitting the like button. And if you have a moment after the video to share it on a social media platform, that would be great. We appreciate you. We'll be right back.
Why would he throw himself under the bus further by leading us to you?
The only reason I could think of is because he already knew that he was pretty much done for. So now he's
Just
trying to
take everybody down with him?
basically.
Damage you? I thought y'all were good, man. I thought you were best friends. I mean,
You told me this
I mean-
type of situation. You've seen it plenty of times. It'll friendships go down the drain. Just like I'm easily going to tell you guys the truth about exactly what happened. If you guys have any other questions about what happened, I would
no,
tell
we
you.
appreciate you talking.
Yeah,
We appreciate you talking.
just like he would. He might have thought, okay, maybe if I include everybody that even had a little finger in it, maybe it would be possibly lighter on him, or...
Well, that doesn't lighten the trigger pull on Ted Shaughnessy.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Not
it
at all.
doesn't whatsoever.
Murder's murder.
Exactly.
Murder's murder.
And
That doesn't lighten shit on him.
nothing. Not at all.
But people generally want other people that are responsible for things to also pay for what they're responsible for. There's no loyalty when you're facing life or death.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because this is a possible death case, up to life, death, whatever. Their loyalty just disintegrates.
Of course.
Right? It disintegrates. So people tend to, you're right, try to get themselves out, but then they also try to light it. But they usually are giving us pertinent information. I mean, it wasn't inaccurate. We're here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then it's just so much, man. I mean, and then you're threatening Nick about money. That's activities of one of the killers.
No, sir.
No, no. I'm not asking. I'm telling you that is an activity of one of the killers. That is of their interest of Nick not paying them because they carried out a massive deed and they did not get what they were bargaining for. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's what killers
why
do.
He was telling me to ask him about the money and see where. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's somebody involved with interest does. Johnny could easily text him. Johnny has, and if you're saying like Marcus could have done it. Anybody could have done that. But you who drove to College Station, your vehicle went down there, your phone went down there, which we all know all this, okay, is making the threatening messages to Nick. You didn't pay up, man. We know where you live. Okay? We're going to come after you type thing. Okay? Somebody with no interest in this case, somebody who's like, oh, I don't have the heart for that, doesn't do that shit. You know his dad just got murdered. You know his dad just got murdered by Johnny, and you know who else. And you're threatening this kid. Okay? That's the activities of the involved person. That's the activity, that's the thought process of somebody who didn't get paid for something they did.
I personally wasn't threatening him. Johnny was telling me what to say, and I was...
But you're sending it.
Yes, I was. Because he was telling me that he was calling him, he was texting him, he was going to his house.
I believe
he
that.
wasn't responding,
I believe
blah,
that.
blah, blah. So I was just like, okay, but why? I even asked him, I was like, why me? Why are you asking me? He was like...
But why would you do that? You're Mr. Good?
Honestly, it was retarded. It was stupid. It was a very stupid decision of me even...
But like, this isn't even playing games. I mean, this is like, the dude's dad got murdered and you're participating and threatening the guy for money that you're not going to see, right?
No.
That's what you're saying.
I wasn't going to get anything from it. I was looking at it from a standpoint of him just being my friend, and I'm just doing what I was as my friend. At the time when he was telling me to call him, I didn't know that it was about that murder case. I didn't know that it was about him getting the money for whatever they did. I was thinking he owed him some money because he was into some other things as well.
Okay, you already know who Nick is.
Yes, I know of Nick, yes.
You know of Nick. You know this was Nick's parents that were going to get murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know there was money involved. You know what Johnny did. This is the biggest freaking thing in Johnny's life. The biggest thing. You knew damn well what you're sending a message for, man. There's no way you don't know, because Johnny's also telling you because he's telling you Nick's not responding. Nick owes him money for murdering his father. You know that.
I didn't know it was for murdering his father, because him and Nick were also into some other things.
What?
Like selling coke and stuff like that. I know they also were doing that, so I didn't know if it was about that or the weed or this case. I had no details about what exactly he owed him the money for. I just knew that he did owe him money and he wasn't answering.
Look, man, I'm going to be straightforward with you. Like, I appreciate you've been very honest on a lot of stuff, right?
At the beginning, I wasn't.
No, I know. We already went over all that, right? But I'm not a bullshit guy, man. I'm just telling you, I believe things. There's still stuff being left out. Okay, you're leaving things out, and it's going to be unfortunate for you when this comes back later. Okay, I think there's more involvement than what you're saying.
On my end?
Yeah. I'm just being straightforward, man. I'm not.
So, okay.
Of all the information, you don't know. We're trying to tell you, guide you down somewhat. We're not going to disclose this entire case, okay? We're not going to disclose everything we know in this case. It doesn't work that way. We're trying to guide you as far as letting you know that we know what we know. If that makes sense. That's not even
I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can get. Me and him both are sitting there. And we know that there's involvement that's being left out, okay? We know that, and we know it's going to come to light. You may be sitting there hoping it doesn't, but it's going to. You're gambling on the wrong damn thing. You're gambling on the wrong damn thing. You're gambling with your life, man. You are gambling with your life. Right now, I'll be straightforward with you, right? So right now, we can write a murder warrant on you for your involvement. Right now. Just even by what you're saying, but even before we came into this interview room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't want the stuff to come to light later, is all I'm saying. It's better just get it out, man. Okay, I guarantee you probably not even been sleeping very good since this all occurred. Hell no you're not. Hell no you're not. You're damn well, you're deep involved. Nobody can sleep with that shit on their conscience. Right? It's time to get that shit off, man. It's time to get that shit off. This is your time, man. Make it right for yourself. Make it right for your family, man. You and Johnny got in that car and headed to Austin, right?
No, I did not go. I was not with him that night. The only time I was with him was when we went to his apartment. I gave him the keys. I was with him before he took us to the motel. Then he left, picked somebody up. They did whatever. They came back to the motel. Or he dropped the other guy off. Then he came back to the motel. And that was that.
Okay. I'm gonna play along for now. I'm gonna go along with that, okay? You pause, okay? We've both been doing this for a long time. What are you leaving out? There's something you're massively. That's what I'm picking up on, okay, right now. You're leaving something out, and you're not wanting to throw yourself under what you feel is a bus. But if the honesty, you're honest, that will shine through in the end. That helps you so much more down the line. Don't look like a liar, because I guarantee you everything's going to come out. So, honestly, we do about to need to move on. Do you want to get this off your chest, or is this how you want in?
Anything else to talk about?
Nothing else? Nothing?
Told you guys everything I knew.
Okay. You have anything else?
Just clarification on one thing.
I'm gonna start patrol this way.
Oh, yeah, sure, whatever it is you want to do. As far as your phone, towards the very end, you're talking about your phone, and you didn't have your phone, and your phone made a trip to Austin.
Yes.
Okay. I want to believe that, but but look at it from somebody's standpoint that doesn't know you, doesn't know me, doesn't know him. Okay, let's see, you're born in '97, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're a young person. Young people don't want to be separated from their phones.
I'm a little different, and you can ask my mother about that one. I'm a little bit different. I don't really... You can check my text messages in my phone. I text people hours at a time. I don't really have games on my phone. I'm more of a... Even when I'm around people out and stuff, I'm never really just sitting on my phone looking through Twitter or Snapchat or anything like that. I will occasionally check it, but I'm pretty bad with losing my wallet and my phone, or dropping them somewhere, or leaving them somewhere. It's been like that my whole life. But yes, I am young. Yes, from a third perspective, it does look like I was there with him and that I possibly did it. But I mean, if you guys go talk to Holly, she will tell you. If you guys go check those motel cameras, they'll show you that I was there between the times of whenever this happened. We got to the motel around 2 o'clock, so...
And how long after that did he leave?
He came back around 6 or 7.
But he left the motel
Immediately
as
after.
soon as he dropped you off?
Yeah, basically. Like, not even, he didn't come up to the room, he didn't see what room we got, anything. We got out the car, told him, prayed for him, told him to be safe, and that was it. Then we got out, me and Holly walked into the motel, and we got the motel, went up to the room, and was in there for the night.
And then the communication with Johnny about your phone being in the car.
I tried to call my phone, and it didn't ring, so I guess it was dead. And I told him just to make sure to keep it good.
So it called your phone from what number?
From Holly's number. I tried to call my phone, it didn't ring, so then I called his, and he answered, told me he was already 30 minutes out, that he couldn't bring it back. So I said, all right, whatever, just make sure it stays in the car, don't touch it, anything like that, just make sure I get my phone back.
Okay. So one call from Holly's phone to your phone, and one call to Johnny's phone from Holly's phone.
Mm-hmm.
At those times.
This was around 2 o'clock in the morning.
Like it's an actual call, right? I mean, well, you said you're kind of, I don't want to call you old school, but you said you're kind of old school,
yeah.
Where it's like pick up the phone and actually talk to somebody? You're a talker?
No, I text as well. I do text, but I'm saying I'm a little more old school when it comes to having my phone stuck in my face. Always on my phone, always on Twitter, always on Facebook, always, in the mix. I've never been that type.
Well, like I said, I want to believe you, okay? And I want to ask you how you're feeling now.
I'm honestly scared.
And that's okay.
Because I was involved by giving him the car and being around him that night, and I knew one day that this was going to come.
And that day was December 5th, 2018.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When I walked into your life.
Yeah. But overall, I'm not like... I really feel bad about Ted.
It's a rough situation. That jewelry store doesn't even exist anymore. That was his life.
Just taking a break.
That was the last 20-some years of his life. Repairing jewelry, fixing watches, selling jewelry for people. That's what he liked to do. Tell me that we've talked about everything. Okay. Well, I'm going to take that as your word. Okay?
Sure.
I will probably see one or both of your parents today. Is there anything you'd like for me to tell them?
That I love them. And that I'm sorry for involving myself in this situation. And that's it.
Okay. So as far as today, you have to be arrested for the, when you gave your UA or probation.
And I was dirty. So, with that being said, am I going to be on a hold because of this situation?
I don't know the answer to that. That's somebody beyond us. Is that why you were using this deal?
No.
Is that why you came out dirty?
No, it wasn't just this situation. I had a lot of issues in my life, which is no excuse to use, but it helps from time to time to just get my mind away from everything sometimes, and
Is it to perk you up, or is it to bring you down, or what is it?
it's to really relax me, relax my thoughts, and think happy things. Instead of, oh, you're a loser, you're lame, you'll never be anything, things of that sort. They run through my mind all the time.
Why is that? Why do you feel that way?
It's because ever since I was young, I've always struggled with school, with my grades. That's been the number one issue. That had a big part with my self-esteem. Growing up, I never really felt accepted into like not necessarily a popular crowd, but I had a group of friends that were my friends, but they were all of them were a little bit different than I was.
Mm-hmm.
I guess cooler, you could say. They had better social skills, talked to more people, got more girls, whatever the case was. So that also had a big part of my self-esteem. And then growing up, once I had a big part on me not getting a lot of jobs, dealing with a lot of rejection from a lot of jobs that could have really, really helped me out. Yeah, my lawyer told me I didn't know anything about the court system. I didn't understand anything about it, so I was basically going in with a blind eye, trusting him, which was a mistake, because now that explain the story to other people, because you didn't actually do what she said you did. And everybody knew it was BS, but I didn't know like I said, didn't know anything about the court systems or anything, so I just went ahead with that. And then they gave me that, and I didn't complete that fully. Actually, I think I did. I paid all my fees, and then I went downtown for the final appointment, and then that was that. And then with Johnny, headed down towards College Station to see Katie, which was his previous girlfriend. We were headed down there to drink, party, just have fun, I wanted to get away from DFW for a little bit, so I went down there with him. I told him to slow down the car, I don't know how many times. I was like, bro, slow down, stop driving so fast. You're not a freaking NASCAR driver. Slow down, stop speeding, slow down. Then finally, a state trooper got behind us, and I was like, I told you to slow down, bro, I told you. And then, then I ended up going to College Station for like that next few hours, and then his parents drove my car out there to College Station so that they can get the Ford Fusion that he had, because he had got towed. So they drove my car out there to get that out of the impound, and then I went to College Station for a few hours, and I headed back to the city. That was, and I was supposed to, just because my schedule was just so, I was in and out of my parents' house at the time, and then I just didn't really have a ride, so it was just too chaotic, so I didn't get that done. Me and my parents, we get along for the most part. I was a little bit rebellious growing up, and I feel like it'll never get to how it was before, which is fine. You know, I've grown up and become a man to understand that it is what it is, but it's still, you know, it still carries pain and whatnot. So yeah, I've been through some pretty crazy situations, but this one is by far the most regretful, remorseful, sad situation I've ever been through in my entire life. I really, really, really hate that I even went down there to see what it was about, but I made my decision. I have to live with it and deal with it.
But here's the deal, though. This is not the end of the world for you. This is something you learn from. Okay?
For sure.
You know, focus on you, focus on your family.
Especially my Luke.
I know a lot about you. A lot of the things that you've said. Don't find this weird, I hope.
I don't, because
it's my job.
Exactly.
You know, I know about y'all's little birth announcement and all that. That's why I asked how she was. You know, is she healthy, you know, that sort of thing. And I was hoping that she was.
I just hope I get to see her again.
I think you will.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's an emotional day. And I've thrown a lot at you today, and I'm...
All we do is take care of her.
Mm-hmm. And you can take care of her.
That's all I want. I promise you. I know you don't know me personally, but anybody would tell you I love that girl. I love that girl to pieces, man.
And if this is the extent of your involvement in this, fine, but remember what I said, at some point, someday, she's gonna ask questions. And what are those answers gonna be?
Will it be the truth?
Is that gonna be the same that's been spoken in here,
Yes.
or is that something else?
It's gonna be the same that was spoken here.
And I think if that's the case, I think she can understand that. Okay? We all do things in our life that we're not proud of. Okay? But what matters is where we go from there.
I've been doing so good. I stayed in a
Well, you were hot in April.
in April. Oh yeah. I mean, as far as getting myself involved into bad situations, I mean that's. But to the caliber of this, or actually catching another charge or getting arrested for something, is how I deem myself doing better. Actually having a job, you know. Here recently, I got this job, and showing up every single day, doing my best.
And I want that for you. I really do.
Thank you.
Everybody has a story. You know? And there's no judgment in this room. Okay? And you can continue to do good.
That's all I want. For years, I felt like I was nothing, you know. I just want to be able to have a good impact on people's lives. I've said that ever since I was young. I just want to be able to bless others. My loved ones and everyone else around me that deserves it.
It's admirable. So what's your end goal? Like, is your end goal like a particular job? Or is it a particular position somewhere? Or?
My end goal is to be somewhere with a house paid off. Me and my daughter. She's obviously well taken care of. I'm living off a residual. I don't have to get up and go to work every day. Hopefully by then I've invested into different apartment complexes, warehouses, etc. by getting my LLC. And just living my life, having my daughter, taking care of my loved ones, making sure everybody around me is good. That's all I want.
So you have a goal. So you have a direction.
Yes.
You're not just a
aimless
live for the day kind of guy.
No.
Well, that's good. That'll go a long way.
I hope so.
How was Holly with you having a child? You okay with that, or?
No, she wasn't.
Not okay.
She was very, very jealous. She did not like me being at the hospital. When she was born, she didn't like me being up there every single day after to make sure she was alright. Because, of course, I'm going to make sure the mother of my child is okay as well. I'm going to buy her food, make sure she's alright. That's just how it was. That's what I deemed was correct. I wouldn't want to show up there and only, of course, she's the main reason why I'm there, but I also wanted to make sure that the mother of my child was okay. She didn't like that. So to answer your question, yeah, no, she was happy that Olivia was here, but she wasn't happy about how I guess, hands-on of a father I was, because her baby daddy wasn't really like that at all. And I sensed a little bit of jealousy from it, but I just didn't really bring it up because that would have been a whole other problem within itself, you know.
Sure.
But yeah, she wasn't ecstatic, but she had to accept it.
Well, I don't know whether you and I are ever going to see each other after today or not, but if we do, I'm going to ask you about her. I'm sorry, not about Holly, but I'm asking you about Olivia.
Okay.
Okay? Because I want to know how she is.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that you'll always be there for her.
Always. There will never be a day that I'm not unless I'm unable to be.
I'm going to give you my card if you want it.
Yeah.
If you don't want
Sure.
it, I don't have to give it to you, but I thought I'd give it to you if, again, not sure what direction things are going today or from this point, but I did want to at least give you this in the event there's anything we want to talk about. Okay? You can keep it, throw it away, whatever you wish to do with it. All right?
I'll definitely look into it.
So I think what they're working on is they were, obviously we're not the people to transport you wherever they have to take you for the warrant, okay?
Okay.
So I think they're just arranging that, and so that's probably why we're still sitting in here.
Gotcha. Okay.
And you touched your water since you've been in here.
I fixed it a couple times.
Oh, did you? Okay. I must have missed that.
So he actually did it. He told me he did. I didn't want to believe him.
Crazy, huh?
It's just, even my mom said this, and I quote, she said, I would have never in my life really believed that he did that. Now, maybe see him talk about it is one thing. I feel like he may try and pump his chest out and, I'm big and bad, I did this, but not actually go through with it.
Well, ultimately, we think we know people. But there's always things that people have going on in their lives that might not always come to the surface.
I just don't understand. For me, knowing his parents and his whole family, I just don't.
Well, there's people who are shocked.
Mm-hmm. Even with me knowing, like, everything is still kind of, because here I am thinking, nah, he's not really going to do it. He's probably going to go down there, get there, freeze up, and then, never mind, I thought about it. I think it's a good idea for me to just go ahead and come back.
Well, I wish that had been the case. And I wish that man was alive today.
That's who my heart really is sad for. His wife. And
Does Marcus know anything about you?
About me, I think he knows my face. That's pretty much it. I've seen him probably, I think once or twice. I seen him on Snapchat a few times at Johnny and Brooks, but I've only seen him once in person.
Okay. It was not that day.
That he was at the apartment, no. That night that he had brought me in, Marcus was not there. I wish he was now, so that I could give you guys that information, but he wasn't. I know he was there after, not like that night after, but I know he was there like a week past after like everything had happened. I know I seen him on Snapchat there. They were having drinks in the backyard with one of those funnel things or whatever. It looked like they were celebrating, having fun or whatever. I know he was there then, but as far as when I drove out there and got there, me and Holly were there with those other two roommates. I'm not sure. I can't remember their names. I think one of them was Brittany. I don't know the other one for the life of me. But, yeah, he wasn't there that night.
Well, like I say, everything hinges upon where we go from here. The decisions that are made from this point forward. Because it's all we can do, you know. We all have regrets in our lives.
And it's been hard for me to live with. Most definitely. I broke down and cried a numerous amount of times thinking about that man's father.
Well, not that I wish you pain, but I'm glad that that's something that's crossed your mind.
Yes, it definitely has. And it should. I deserve that restlessness for even knowing about it and not physically stopping him or completely nipping the situation in the bud by taking the car and just saying, no, I'm not gonna help you, no. In no way, shape, or form should I have helped him. I give him that car.
Is something your parents know? Like,
yes.
Your parents do know about that?
Because I was crying one day in my room by myself, and my dad walked in. He was like, what's going on? And of course my initial answer was nothing, I'm fine. Sorry, I'm fine, I'll get over it. He said, nah, what's going on? Talk to me, what's going on? So then I told him. I said, I made a mistake, Dad. He was like, what happened? I was like, I knew about a situation that was very, very serious, and I didn't stop it. Excuse me. And he said, what do you mean? I said, I let Johnny go and do something really, really stupid. He said, Johnny who? He's talking about Johnny? I said, yes. He was like, what did he do? I said, turn my phone to him, because I was reading the articles, which is why I was crying. And he started reading. He was like, so how were you involved? I said, I went down there and he talked to me about it. And he tried to get me to go with him. And I told him, no, my daughter's about to be born. She was born March 23rd. I told him, no, my daughter's about to be born. I can't do this. First of all, it's not in me. I'm not that type of person. Second of all, I would not be able to live knowing that I did that to somebody. Like, it just wouldn't, I probably would become suicidal, honestly. I would feel so terrible, I would probably be suicidal after that. So I just can't, I don't have the heart for it. He was like, yeah, I know, you're my son, I know. And I was just like, yeah, and he was like, so it's been on your mind ever since, huh? I said, yes. every single day. I just can't. Not that I even deserve to shake it, but I can't shake it. He was just like, well, you're just going to have to keep praying. Make prayer a very vital part of your life, if you haven't already. And continue just to be good, do good for people. He's like, yes, you did make a very big mistake. He's like, have you ever thought about turning yourself in? I said, yeah. I really want to just go and talk to somebody about this and just get it out of the way, because I know one day they are going to come talk to me about this, because it's a murder charge. And he was like, well, it's up to you. I'll leave you to think about that. But as far as just going to talk to anybody, I advise you to just call wherever it happened and just tell them everything that happened. I was like, okay. And that day never came. It just kept eating me alive. Should I go talk? Should I not say anything? Well, what if he's not in trouble all the way? Then now I just got my friend life, and now I got to deal with that on top of knowing what he did. And it was just a really messy situation. I didn't know what to do. I had no clue. I had no clue what to do. I didn't know if I should be a good friend. My heart was telling me to just really go and talk to somebody about it and let them know, because of that man lost his life. He didn't deserve it. So any way to bring justice to the situation, if I could have, I should have went and talked to somebody, but I just couldn't. And then in September, I believe, I read that he was indicted. Correct. And at that point, I wanted to just go ahead and come clean, but I didn't know if I were to tell you guys what I told you today, would I go down for life as well for just giving him the car? And knowing about the situation in itself, would I also get life and be in there? So I was just like, I don't know what would happen. And I just kept thinking about my little girl, and I was like, I get to see her, every weekend, and then possibly throughout the week if her mom allows it. Mm-hmm. I don't want to take any time away from me and her. So I just dealt with it the best way I could, and that was cry and pray.
Is that the only conversation you had with him?
Yeah, about that. And he would ask me here and there, hey, how you doing with your thoughts? Tell him doing good. Doing alright, Dad. I'm alright. I'm making it. I'm doing my best. I'm making it.
Okay. Very good. And then your mom?
With my mom, that situation, the way she heard about it was more of me. She's a very antagonizing person when she gets mad. She knows how to press your buttons and knows what to say to really get under your skin. One day we were kind of into an argument over something small, but I had been dealing with so much that I just blew up, and she was wondering why I was just so angry, so hell-bent at the time, and I just told her, I've been dealing with all these situations. I don't know what to do. I've got my probation. I don't really know how to handle that. They already got a warrant out for that. I don't know if I need to go down there. If I go down there, I might lose my job, and then if I lose my job, then I'm definitely gonna be, SOL. Because then I ain't gonna take no money to get myself out, or have any money to get myself out, or anything like that. I don't depend on you guys, and I can't even get a decent job as it is. This situation with Johnny, I know about this, and it's been weighing on my heart. I don't know how to handle that. And she paused, and she's like, well, wait, what situation with Johnny? And then that's when she looked it up and everything and figured out, what happened and all that. And she cried, and she was just like, well, why would you even get yourself involved whatsoever. Like, why would you even come anywhere? Why would you even go down there? And like, she's like, you're a smart person. I know you're smart. You came from me and your father. I know you're smart. Your intuition told you that that's what it was. Why did you not listen to that first mind and just not even go and not even get involved, period? Like, not even make that trip down there.
Sure.
And I was just like, honestly, because I didn't think it was to that extent. And once I got down there and I figured that out, Holly was complaining about how she didn't want to go back. I was worried about him even going, trying to figure out how I can stop him, like talk him out of it before he dropped us off at the motel. It was just so much going through my mind, and I couldn't really make a rational decision. So,
well, and your mom is a smart person, right?
very smart.
And did I ask you, do you have siblings, or are you the
I'm the only child.
You're the only child? Okay. Well, they love you no matter what. Okay? I've been a parent longer than you. And we do love our kids no matter what.
But the love of his parent would not be enough to keep these detectives from throwing Arieon Smith behind bars after this interview. And though there was still a lot of unanswered questions, they would take the young man into custody, giving him some time to think about things from an uncomfortable jail cell. And this would actually work because Arieon Smith would request to speak with detectives. And that's why we have in episode 3 an interview. For the first time, the story is publicly told about what actually happened in the Shaughnessy house from the perspective of the gunman. And that will be out in 48 hours, unless, of course, you have a membership. And then I'll see you tomorrow, right back here on They Caught Me. Till next time.